Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Whoa, what happened here? Wait a minute. Somebody left the back door open.
Huh. For end of November, that is a beautiful view.
Finish those audiobooks. Boom, on the road. Yeah, came down here. We just recorded Lucky Stars. That's out. And here we go. We're talking about what's going on in the sky today, which could only be described as let's go fly a kite, because we've got two of them in the chart right now.
Yeah, but that Venus to Uranus kite is very prominent. We have Venus that is trining Saturn and Jupiter exact on this day. So the Grandwater trine is strong.
And then when we flip this over, you can see it coming back the other way if you bring that into it. I know I've got way too much stuff going here, but you see the complexity of all of this is beautiful in the sky. And we turned a couple of things off. There's some Mars aspects that we turned off. The complexity of this is just incredible. And I'm really liking this little theme to drill down on of exploring these oppositions inside these kites. So you got this one, right? You see that kite, and then you see this kite. And both of them have these oppositions. I wish I could remember where I came across that of Len Coiner talking about the grand trines and the kites, but boy, is it ever like, I think, especially in light of everything that we've seen, that opposition aspect definitely deserves some attention.
Yeah, it's what gives the kite its power. It's the spine of the formation, that balancing that is needed in the axis of whichever the opposition is holding is what gives the kite the power.
So for this, we're talking about, I think, I'm one of those in the camp that you could call Uranus a higher octave of Mercury. So we're
Yeah.
talking about still that Scorpio energy that's firing off with Mercury there. How would you interpret that opposition?
Well, I think with Uranus in Taurus right now, it's being ruled by Venus, which is its opposer. And so the balancing might seem a little bit easier than some of the other planets that has made its way through those Scorpio degrees. To have the opposition be Venus and Uranus, there's a little bit more communication between the two right now. There's a little bit more of a easier balance when the one side is being ruled by the other.
So what areas of our life are we looking at?
Well, whichever axis Taurus and Scorpio holds for you would really be the one that I would look at the most close. But when it comes to Scorpio and Taurus as a whole, this is money, resources, values, what you give up and what you give.
There are a lot of energies at play here, obviously. Mercury rules quite a bit of stuff, especially when we attribute it to Gemini. It can be communication. It can be our mind. It can be educating our mind. It can be transportation, driving around, moving around. There's just a lot bundled there. There's a lot bundled under Venus, too. As you said, it rules everything from love and passion and beauty and art and creative things like producing videos or writing about astrology, and Uranus, which, of course, don't forget that it does rule astrology, but it is also the planet of hidden genius. It brings
Mhm.
out that unexpected, wow, where did that come from? And it can also be the Noel Teal bzzzt kind of thing, surprise. So when you put all of that together, this could be asking us to take a look at resolving perhaps where we're hiding our hidden genius.
Mm-hmm.
Because as things start to strip away here next year, and as whatever's going to happen from the Aries vortex and all of the things associated with it, whatever these shifts are that are coming, from whatever all that is going to emerge a new phoenix. And I think about a correlation that we just really can't forget is the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in 1284. And that created over 100 years of shifting the Italian Renaissance. So what we have to be thinking about is the Leonardos and the I was going to say, and the DiCaprios and the Da Vinci's and everybody that are, there's another creative genius in his own way. Those are out there. And some of that might be in you. So the thing is to use this time, and maybe what that tension in the chart right now is telling us is don't be afraid to release your hidden genius. Go
Hmm.
explore it, find it. And I think it's also saying that there are a lot of you out there that are fascinated by, drawn into, or just passionately in love with the sky and how it affects our lives. And that's something that you could also learn, Mercury. Maybe you haven't bought that 101 course yet to kickstart, to get the thing going, get the ball rolling. But these are the kinds of things that you could be thinking about related to that tension. Where is something pulling you to higher ground, the genius side of Uranus? We have Mercury once it gets out of retrograde on Saturday with pushing us forward into these ideas of taking ourselves to a higher level. So I think when we put all of that together, it's a nice little package on looking at how that particular aspect might play out for some of us who've been sitting on the fence a little bit too much. Okay, this is a little bit of the boot to get off of the fence.
I couldn't agree more. Mercury is in its final days of retrograde before it retraces its steps one last time. So, this is a time to look at things that need to be reworked, reevaluated, rewritten. I think that all of those ideas are so fresh, especially now after Mercury and Venus's conjunction earlier this week. They've now traded places. Venus is coming first. Venus is the values that are now being focused on before the communication, before we're able to put words to it. And that switch now makes her the leader in that opposition with Mercury to follow later.
Now, this one is not going to go away for a while, even though Jupiter is moving backward. And I'm talking about, for the folks just listening on audio, I'm talking about Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter's moving backwards, so they're going to stay in this lockstep for quite a good bit. So it's going to give us an opportunity to work on this opposition as well. You know what I'm seeing here? Two words: massive transformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pluto in Aquarius is a collective power. It is growing in the ways that we can look to the future and be proud of where we came. And this is that first initiation of making that Pluto transform.
Well, we also take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States and celebrating. Kristen, I wish the same for you and your family.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I will be back with you tomorrow to talk about Saturn moving out of retrograde. So until then, much love. Talk soon.